I got a slight sore throat, so excuse my frog throat. I feel like I got a frog in my throat. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Whoever comes in and watch, thank you for coming. Thank you for rocking with me. Better together. What is meant for you will always be for you. What is meant for you will never have to be forced. It will flow. It is easy. But you ain't gonna sing. Excuse me, guys. All right. We're gonna go ahead and get started on here. If you're watching collective readings, you guys know the spiel. Don't overwatch it. We hold both masculine and feminine energy, so don't get tripped up on the he or she. We also hold Trash Man's here. We also hold both the negative and positive sides. We've walked the shadow sides of our life, and we've walked through the light. Just depending on which energy you are. Moxie, come. It's okay. Sit. No. Sit. Sit. You're okay. It's just a trash guy. Excuse my Moxie. Um, just depends on what part of life you are on, what energy you sit in. Just always remember a choice can change that energy, can change that frequency, can change that path. One choice. And sometimes it takes a million choices, 100 choices to get back on the correct path. So choose wisely, right? Excuse me. I'm going to try to do this quickly because I don't want to strain my voice anymore. But I felt like I should get on here. This morning when I was messing with my grill, for whatever reason, the flame went out. I went inside and I realized when I went back outside, I lit it. So make sure you're always checking your propane. Check before you light something. If you smell propane, open your windows, open your doors. Don't light any flames. Um don't brush it off. Spirit heard conversations you did not. Okay? That is the card I pulled when I was getting ready for the reading. It was just sticking out. There could be a message in here in this reading for that, or there couldn't. But either way, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with the tea leaf fortune cards. It's over and over. Tim McGraw and Nelly. Keeps happening over and over. Somebody keeps trying to do something collective over and over. Hello, Breakwave. How are you? Hi, Soy Brian. Is that your name? Brian? Sorry if I said your name wrong. I'm glad you guys are doing well. Thanks for visiting. So the song on right now is Over and Over, Tim McGraw. We're starting with the tea leaf deck. And let's see what just comes out. The card that did come out when I was getting ready says, Spirit heard conversations you did not. Somebody keeps doing something in your life collective over and over and over, whether you know it or not. Judging by the spirit heard conversations you did not. They are doing it under the moon. We have Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Somebody needs to separate themselves from an energy, from a friend, from a coworker, from a family member. It just depends on who it is for you in your life. Grapes, time to go out and have fun. They need to shake off this energy. This they need to change up. Over and over again. She's leaving home. Can't go on not loving you. We have the carriage. A journey. So I can't read backwards. Either physical or mental. Somebody needs to take a trip, take a vacation, separate themselves. Let's get a little further. Get three more of these round cards. Can I get three more of these? One. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. The kite, vacation. When you are stuck going over and over, overthinking, thinking of the same things, your intuition is already telling you. You already know. It's already happened before. Patterns. This and this and this and this happens, and then you know this happens. And that you yet you continue to do it. But somebody truly, truly, truly needs to separate themselves mentally and physically is what I'm seeing. They need to choose self. To separate yourself so you can get clear thoughts, a clear perspective, a new perspective. I can't take it no more. If you have a friend in your life, collective, that they have this problem, you help them with this problem. Excuse me. And then they come back to you. They did not take your advice. They come with the same problem over and over and over. That's how you can tell if they're an energy vampire, if you need a boundary built up on this person. Same goes for every relationship in your life, every area of your life. Choose self. I don't mean that you have to be heartless, but you can build that boundary. And when people change up, my life, when people change up on you because you build a boundary, that's also a way of telling if those are your people or if they are just there to take your energy, to exist, to attach themselves to you. Heart, love, deep affection, and caring. They know that you have this heart of gold, that you are always willing to be there, but you need to separate yourself. Sometimes we become this safety net for people, and they know that they could just fall on our net and continue and continue and draw off our energy without change to the point where it is affecting us physically and mentally. It is your life. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. Older man, dealing with an older man. Excuse me, guys. I do have a cold. I am so sorry for all the coughing. I'm trying to get through this reading for you guys. So we're gonna leave these out and see what else comes out with these. I'm gonna go right into the tarot deck. Give it a little shuffle. So there could be an old man, an older gentleman in your life, something of a great personal sorrow. Somebody continued continued to go after a a person with a good heart. Beware of self-delusion. Don't let them trick you up. Tarot equals crazy? If you think so. To each his own, right? Either way, have a great day. We have the Seven of Wands. Challenge, completion. They are battling over and over and over. The same battles over and over and over and over. Time to put that to an end, right? We have the Lovers in reverse, which is bad choices, indecision. Somebody who can't is having an imbalance, so they go to somebody else to balance them out. They are not making the right decisions. They are not taking the advice that you give them. And this one came out on our side. It's the Two of Wands. Upright, it is planning, progress, foresight, making decisions. Reverse is fear of the unknown. Somebody is on the fence of a decision. Just keep living. Um, make it through cancer. Something is making there's something in the collective's life or somebody in the collective's life that is making them ill. And because they care for this person, because their heart is involved, an older man, they remain on the fence. They remain on the fence of building that boundary. But that's the issue. The Lovers, the decision. It is what is causing the battles, right? It is what is causing the indecision, is knowing your worth. Ooh, gonna miss the little things. Somebody is going to be forced to let go. Endings, a tower moment, an explosion. Somebody is going to be forced to let go. There could be an ending, a heartbreak, a great personal sorrow. And sometimes when the signs are there for you to change up, to let go of a situation, and we still hold on because our heart is involved, because we do have that fear of unknown. What is on the other side of this if I let this person go? Excuse me. Fear of change, right? Well, Divine says they're about to force you to let you go. Always a stranger until the mask falls. There is going to be a tower moment. 555. If you're seeing 555, pay attention. Massive change. Something is going to happen to where somebody is definitely going to be able to see the mask fall. Whether somebody is ill, becomes very ill around you, or there's an ending of some sort. Cursed items came out. 3. We are guiding your steps. Will you follow? So, from what I understand, Tiny Dancer. I hope I don't get flagged for this volume. Let me turn it down a bit. Will you follow? Somebody in the collective has not followed. They are about to be forced to let go of a situation, of an energy, of a person, of a job, whatever you want to call it, of a family member, of a friend group, of something they do. Time sometimes is the only way that truth is actually learned. Like I said, something is going to happen. Something happened over time, over and over and over. And no matter how many times it happened, the lesson was not learned. And sometimes it does take time. Sometimes that mask falls right on divine timing, right? Somebody is attention seeking. Somebody doesn't want to change the problems in their life because they just want the attention. They crave the attention that it gives them. What if the legacy you build on earth has nothing to do with stuff or the more, but in fact has everything to do with your presence being heaven to someone on earth? When you the scales of Maya, where they measure, they weigh your heart against a feather, they're not going to ask you how many houses you had, how many cars you had. They're going to ask you how many people you lifted up, how many people you chose to help. Spirit doesn't like this. I'm used to it. I'm used to this energy. I'm used to the attention that it brings me, so I don't change it. I am used to everybody just coming to me with their problems, but they don't change it. I'm just used to it. That's why we don't change it, right? Wrong. Whatever it is causing a Ten of Swords in somebody's life. Recovery. Somebody either could be in recovery or they're going to need recovery after this segment. Cancer, sickness. Somebody is going to need recovery from something that they did. Something about a farmer. What seeds have you planted in your life? Strawberry field. We could actually be talking about a farmer or figuratively a farmer. What seeds have you planted? And what will you bring? What crop? What will you bring in with those seeds? Something about an accident. Somebody may have an accident. Like I said in the beginning of my reading, I was not paying attention when I was messing with my grill, and an explosion happened. We are all okay. But pay attention to the signs. Something about an occult. There is an occult involved in this. Somebody who there is an occult that focuses on using, there's drugs involved in a situation, an accident, there will be drugs involved in a situation for an occult. They went after the wrong individual with the perfect protection card right here. Spirit heard the conversations you did not. Something about a Pisces. All right, we're gonna go to the Pandora's box. We're gonna get right into the juicy stuff, right? And if I still have energy at the end of this, thank you for the likes, guys. Appreciate you. Hold me close, tiny dancer. Something about Henry, art, by Maine, Pat, Ralph. What was I just saying about Strawberry Field Farmer? What did you plant? What energy did you put out? Santos, Lorena, something was premeditated. It was planned. Most good things do. Something was planned, whether we are talking about something was planned involving drugs, an accident. What did you plant? What energy did you put out? Somebody's hourglass is empty. Somebody's hourglass. Usually when your hourglass is empty, right? Okay. I just needed to know who to cut off. Spirit says they heard the conversations that you did not. Time had was the only way to reveal the masks that are about to slip off. There is a message in the numbers. Like I said, if you are seeing 555 divine, somebody can't keep up. Needed to lose you to find me. A forced separation. Kristen, most good things do. Howard, Braylon, Amor, Carmichael. Somebody is cheating. Somebody is doing this over and over and over and over, and you keep taking them back over and over and over. That is another situation that can be over and over and over. Hi, meow. Duval, something about bank fraud. When we are talking about bank fraud, we can be talking about somebody who works in a van. I said van. Somebody who works in the bank or somebody who is cashing fraudulent checks in a bank. There's many situations when it comes to bank fraud. If I die young, part two, a child's premonition, or bank fraud. We can be talking about false documentation of money exchanges. Somebody wants to attach you to their karma. They want to take you with them. They want to take you down for their choices with them. So pay attention to when divine, or for you, Jordan, God reveals your enemies, reveals situations. When that tower moment comes in and shows you masked off, when somebody is having endings in your life. Sparling, Halo, I hope you've seen that card. I can't really say it. Something about the school involvement, a child's premonition. Harrison, definitely children involvement. Somebody who likes to fight without words. We could be talking about energy. 932. I guess it's too late anyway to die young. Something about a bad mom. The letter I, Gonzalez, Palmer. The letter J. Sometimes it takes a lot. Sometimes with all that pressure, you become a diamond. Kira, Mineral County. So we have a lot of drugs involved, premeditated. Somebody going the wrong way, involving children. Brandy, something about what happened in the past. So, what seeds did you plant in the past? What will you be harvesting in this next season? Judging in a relationship while poisoning a husband. It doesn't necessarily have to be a husband, it can be someone in your life. A relationship. There is a relationship where somebody in somebody's life is falling ill for a reason. Pay attention to the signs. Blaming others the whole time, it's karma for their choices. Remember, somebody wants to take you down. That's why they keep coming back to you, not changing any of their problems. They want to attach you, switch your luck with theirs, attach their karma to yours, give it to you. Vatican, Betty Sue, something about a new judge ain't playing. Recovery, another recovery cards came out. Jaden, we could be talking about boss, somebody's boss. Malaya, anything else out of this? We're already at 30 minutes, so something about a miscarriage. Somebody wants an individual to have a miscarriage. That is why they bring you all this trauma, all this chaos. Choose your child. Choose your peace. Choose your sanity. Somebody has a bad lawyer, but the judge ain't playing. The drop. Somebody needs to up their protection. Lita, Barry, anything else? Desi, shake thyself from dust and rise. That's why somebody keeps on trying to trade places with you, to energy harvest off you because they've watched you go through your darkest moments and still rise, to shake off that energy and rise. They need you to survive. So they take little bits of your energy by sharing little bits. Miraculous pregnancy. So if you're going through a miscarriage, there will be a miraculous pregnancy. Cameron, incompatible. Get checked. Stop the miscarriages and listen to your body. Pay attention to the people that come around. And if you do end up with this miraculous pregnancy, keep it to yourself. Get checked at the doctors. There are those, I forget what they're called, but some mothers, I believe their blood attacks, they're incompatible. Their blood attacks, so they have to get shots in order to keep the pregnancy viable. If you are feeling sick during a pregnancy, get checked, get checked, get checked. It is worth your life and your child's life, right? Ugh. All right, I'm gonna get some letters and then we're gonna end it. 11 and a 0. So maybe 11 o'clock. Something could happen at 11 o'clock. If you're seeing 111, pay attention. C, F, W, I, N. Somebody wants to either win at all costs. So this is on the karmic side. Somebody wants to win at all costs, no matter what, no matter how much pain they cause, no matter how much negative karma they rack up, right? And for the ones on the right side of their energy, there will be a win. You will be able to see the mask fall. You will be able to see things for what it is, and you will separate yourself accordingly. 11 came out again. 1 1. One gift. Natural disaster. Somebody is going to get a gift for moving on. Sorry. Separate yourself, and what comes after you separate yourself accordingly will be something that you least expect. It will be something greater than what you were holding on to. Spirit says, just go, do it, separate yourself. A natural disaster. Don't let there be have to be a natural disaster for you to have to wake up. to a situation, an accident, an unaliving, drugs involvement, spell work involvement, having to heal from a situation. What seeds are you planting? What will you harvest? All right, you guys. I hope that you guys have a great day. I'm gonna get off of here and rest my voice. There is a message. And if you are feeling confusion for anything that I have said, the messages that I have delivered today are either simply not for you, or they haven't happened yet in your life. They could also be for somebody in your energy. So pay attention. Don't force anything in life, especially tarot readings, collective readings. Bye.